Hi, everyone, and welcome to this session today where we are so excited to talk to East Midlands PA Award, PA of the Year, Amelia Bone from Eversheds. It's fantastic to be able to welcome you today, Amelia. I'm joined by Leslie Young, Executive Support Manager at the East Midlands Chamber of Commerce and co-founder of the East Midlands PA Awards. And we're also joined by Mark Wood, who is Head of Office for Eversheds in Nottingham. So thank you all so much for joining us today. It's so lovely to welcome you. How are you doing, Amelia?
Yeah, good, thank you. I think I'm
Good.
still in shock.
I know.
6 months on.
I think I said to you when we joined the call. I watched the interviews back. I think you were the most shocked person out of everybody. Bless you. You were quite taken aback on the night, weren't you? How was
Yeah.
it for you? Did you enjoy the night?
Yeah, I really did. I mean, it was a long wait to the award.
Yeah.
So a lot of time for me to build up to it. But the awards were great. It was brilliant to just be involved in it, be a part of it, and have an award that is purely for business support, which we've never had before.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. And
it's great.
Mark, what was it? What was it like after? What was the buzz like in the office after the awards? Was it a
Oh
great
yeah, I mean,
environment to come back into?
Amelia has been with us a very long time and is a very popular figure in the office. So everybody was not surprised in one sense, but certainly over the moon with the fact that Amelia had won PA of the year and was completely deserved of the award. So yeah, the office was buzzing.
Hmm, fantastic. And Leslie, was it everything you hoped for?
It was. It's been a dream for many years. You know that, Dan, and to be able to have, the first East Midlands PA Awards last year, we made it happen with the rest of the committee, and a wonderful evening to remember, and something that we want to be able to build on into 2024 and future years as well. So, but Amelia, you are our first ever East Midlands PA of the Year. Yay!
Thank you.
Now, I know Amelia, I think the good old imposter phenomenon comes on a little bit because we always sit there and think, why me? Why have why have I been nominated for the awards? Why have I won? And we hear it time and time and time again, that I'm just doing my job. So I completely appreciate that's how you feel, and that's why we wanted to welcome Mark onto the call, because I'm sure that he will be able to tell us more about you. But we want to take it back a little bit to kind of where your career started. So tell us how did you come into the business support profession?
Well, I actually started 20 years ago as a temp in the print room. And I did
Wow.
that for a couple of months until they took me on permanently.
Yeah.
And then 5 years had passed. And I can't say I really wanted to be in the print room all that time, but I really think it was about the people that I worked with as well, and the business and, the office. It's the
Mm.
people that keep you there. And the opportunity then came up to become an admin assistant in the commercial department. So I took that.
Yeah.
And
And
then a couple of
what was
months,
that change like?
it was really good because I felt like rather than being stuck down in the print room, chained to a photocopier for all day, it was nice to go upstairs and work in more of a team, with different levels of the business, understand what the lawyers do, work with the lawyers, and have maybe more variety of tasks in that role.
Yeah.
So that kind of kept me a bit more interested, I think, in the job. And then a couple of months after that, a PA had left. So I stuck my hand up and said, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So, and again, Eversheds, the opportunities, they give everyone a go. So they gave me a go, and
Mm.
I think I did quite well. The rest is history. But I think as well, from starting in that way and having no background and, coming to a team of seasoned PAs that had done, courses to get their jobs, I always did feel a bit on the back foot. And I think ever since I've tried to do more to catch up or to prove
Yeah.
myself, which is probably why I always feel a little bit more unworthy. But I know I shouldn't 20 years later. But
But when you're an admin assistant, you saw how the PA community was working. Did you kind of look and aspire to be that role, or were you quite happy where you were? Did you look at what they were doing all the time and think, "Oh my God, like how am I going to?" Because there was the at that time, and I think Leslie, was it called a YTS, was it, or there was a particular course that a lot of our members had been on to become a PA in their career. What was it called? Can you remember?
I can't quite remember, but yeah, there were college courses that when you came out of school, you went to college and did a secretarial diploma.
That's
There
it.
was all sorts of things, wasn't there? There was the Royal College of Arts, the RCA, recognitions that you got. But I think that's what we've lost over the last 10, 15 years, is we don't have now a career path particularly mapped out for us for this profession. So this is why I think it's even more important to recognise the contribution that these people make. And I know that elsewhere in the profession there are calls to bring that kind of thing back. So
Absolutely. And so you really kind of threw yourself in there, Amelia, and was like, right, I've got to go for this now. And sort of what was the team dynamics like then? Who were you kind of supporting? Whereas, what sort of jobs were you doing then?
I had some quite senior members of the team. I'm sure I supported the senior partner in the commercial team.
Yeah.
And everything he said to me was quite foreign because I didn't really understand what I was doing. But my motto was just like, take the work, yep, I'll do it. And then I'd turn to my left to one of the PAs and go, how do I do that?
Yeah.
So I just definitely learned on the job. And I think it's just a case of, using the network, using the other PAs, and they were all supportive as well. Like I say, the whole, department and the whole business is so supportive of everyone that, I felt comfortable taking on that role and knowing I would get the help where I needed it. And yeah, it's just a case of, having confidence in yourself, asking questions and doing the best you can. And obviously that worked.
So when did your relationship when did you come into kind of working more closely with Mark?
Only was it since May, I would say.
Yeah.
I
mean,
started
Amelia's
working for Mark
been,
in May, yeah.
yeah, so Amelia's been a PA within our group for a very long time, but has only become my PA since May. But the sort of PA group is so close knit that they support each other a lot in the roles that they undertake. So obviously, me and Amelia have worked together, but not directly as my PA up to this point. But I've been very lucky enough to acquire her just as she reaches the dizzy heights of PA of the year. So yeah, I'm very lucky.
So
The pressure.
when that role came up, Mark, did Amelia put her hand up again? Was she like, yes, please, I want to?
I think we just sort of told her that she was going to come and work for me, I think, and I was sort of extremely grateful for that. And but me and Amelia have got on very well over a long period of time with the PA group, so it was pretty seamless, if I'm totally truthful, in terms of
And I think,
moving into that new role.
just going back to what Amelia said when she said, I'm just doing my job. For you, Mark, as a senior leader within the business, when you the work that Amelia is doing and what she's done and the work that the team are doing and how it supports you, how does that make a difference to you every day?
It's absolutely the glue that holds us together in some respects. I mean, as a busy partner in a law firm, you are looking to gather whatever support you can on a day-to-day basis because you get pulled in so many different directions. And actually, Amelia, is with me through that day-to-day journey, if you like, which is why these awards are great, because they champion those people that are there really making it all happen behind the scenes. And I'm extremely grateful for these awards, and so we can put people like Amelia forward, who is by her own admission somebody that wouldn't put herself forward for this type of award, and that's exactly the reason why these awards should exist.
Oh, thank you, Mark. And how just interested, how has the PA community evolved and changed at Eversheds over the years? I mean, I think from our point of view, we can see, with all the interaction they have with PA Forum, it's an incredibly supportive community.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I first joined the profession, everybody had their own singular individual PA, whereas now our PAs, if I'm truthful, work across many different fee earners. But I think what that's brought about actually is that you do need a team of PAs, and they are a team, and they all work together as a team. So my previous PA would have worked side by side with Amelia, and Amelia's fellow PAs still work side by side with her now, and so it is very much a team effort. But that's what I quite like about the PA Awards is that they are championing teams, admin assistants, PAs, all those people that make things work in the background in organisations like ourselves. So there's been change in the PA role over the years. The skills are pretty much still the same in terms of being the gatekeeper and the person that assists us to deliver the job. It's a much more varied role than it probably used to be. But that's why the team comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Amelia, is that the team dynamic that kind of, because Eversheds are very much there on the night as a team. There is lots of support for the team as a team. You had 2 winners on the night, you and Millie, which was fantastic. And you had loads of nominations, which was awesome. But I think, well, how did you feel when you first got nominated?
Well, apart from the surprise, I was quite honoured that, someone had taken the time out of their busy job and life to write a really nice nomination for me, and that showed the appreciation that they have for me. So
Yeah, absolutely. And
that was the best thing, I think.
and I know I was quite gushing on the night, Mark, but I did say in 8 years of running the West Midlands PA Awards, we had never seen such a detailed nomination form from an executive ever. And for us, we sometimes get, and it's absolutely fine. We do really appreciate people doing this, but I have the best PA, one sentence, or she should win this award, or he's amazing, and that's great, and we absolutely love that, and that's really kind that someone's done that, but it doesn't it hasn't then told us about them as that individual and the difference that they've made. And Leslie, I think when we were going through the nominations, you saw the ones that Mark had submitted. It was so lovely to see the level of detail that you went into.
It was, and I think it's important then for the nominee to be able to see that, which I know we have as part of our process. They do get to see it, so that they can can add information to it as well. But it is that boost, it's that light bulb moment sometimes where you think, oh gosh, that's what they think of me. That's the difference I make, because you, like Amelia has said before, you possibly don't know that. You don't. Doesn't make any difference. You're just doing your day job. And when somebody takes the time out, to put that into a nomination form, makes all the difference. And it does change the relationship. You're much more of a partnership.
Yeah. And I can't take total credit for that, because obviously Amelia works for many different fee earners, but we do take the nominations seriously, in the sense that we want to make sure that we're covering all the detail and all the great work that Amelia, indeed all our other PAs and nominations, do on a day-to-day basis. So again, it's a team effort to make sure that we're getting that right. But thank you very much.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. No, it was good. So, Amelia, when you had that nomination and then you were told about the next part of the process, how did you feel about that?
Well, I was quite nervous because, as you said, it was out of my comfort zone. I think I didn't really understand or know, never having gone through something like this before, what the process was. I just saw the nomination. I thought, oh, that's really lovely. And then it was an interview, and I was like, oh, this is different. But no, thank you, because you guys did make me feel really comfortable during that process.
I think for those watching back, what happens is once the nomination, and if you're shortlisted, we have a day where you get to meet our panel, and it's a panel of professionals that work in the business support profession who are there to meet you, support you, and to understand more about you. And I think Amelia, like, working at Eversheds for over 20 years, it's very rare that you would have had an interview kind of process probably within that role. So we find in the legal sector particularly that the longevity of someone's career is amazing, and you don't get put into that environment where you are interviewed. So when you found out that you were going to have an interview and when you went, how did you like? How did you feel? Did it push you out your comfort zone? Did it give you a chance to think about the things that you have done and the contributions that you have made?
It definitely did, I think. It definitely did because, you know, we have check-ins with our managers and, you know, reviews and all those kind of things during the year, but it's very much internal. So there's a limit to what you have to say. You know, people kind of know what you do, whereas to actually put it on paper to someone, you know, for a business award externally, it really was thinking about what I do that really is important, that really contributes, that I need to kind of portray at this interview. So yeah, it was good. Obviously helped me then to pick out the bits that I do really well for my next
Yeah.
internal review. So
Well, we call it the flashing cursor moment, where you've got this page on, you've got this page on a screen, and you're trying to think, what can I write on here? I've got this lovely nomination. But I don't know
you've got
what
to
to
back
write
it
about
up.
myself, and it's just kind of like just clicking away, and then so the in-person part gives us the opportunity to meet the person behind the paper, really, and that's what's really important. And it was a really good way. I do appreciate you were the last person, I think, to be interviewed on the day, so you probably didn't get as much chance to meet all of the other nominees as they had throughout the day, but it would have been great then for you to be able to meet them. So I do apologize that you were last, and it was a Friday as well, I think about 4:30 or something. So but when you came on the night, and obviously the buzz that was around kind of coming up to the awards, did you feel that, since COVID, we do work a lot, some people working from home a lot more, some people are in the office. Did it bring that sense of excitement and community kind of to the team as well?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was great to be out, and, you know, it was a proper award ceremony. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and it was just so amazing to actually be involved in that. And like I said, to have the support of the business, you know, Mark attended, some of the other lawyers, and the support staff that were nominated. So, and Kate Thomas as well, who's our support staff manager. So
Yeah.
it was really nice to have a range of people from the business attend and see it as, you know, something worth attending and as important as a business awards, you know, for the legal sector. So it was really great.
I think you were saying you don't really, do you get, we were talking to the Law Society in Birmingham. We said a lot of the member organizations, a lot of the firms will send, sometimes the same people to the Law Society events. But our partnership with the Birmingham Law Society, as we were trying to work together to show that anyone within the firm is able to go along to these events and be able to network and build their community, and that PAs really should be included in that as well. And we're hoping to kind of build that relationship across the East Midlands as well with the various different law societies. Mark, you obviously must go to so many different types of events. I can't imagine actually how much you must be out all the time. I don't know. And
Try
Amelia,
managing his diary. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it comes with the job that, awards dinners and business community dinners are in the diaries. But I hear what you're saying in terms of who should attend those award dinners, and we do actually take people from all different roles when we go to those awards. So our PAs have been to the business awards before as well with us, and it's important because they are an important member of our team that we do mix that up. Invariably, it does rest on the fee earners more often than not, but we do try and mix it up, and we are very much a team at Eversheds Nottingham, and it was great to be able to support Amelia on her big night on this event, and not wishing to decry other awards because they're all great. I mean, all award dinners are great, but it was a very special evening, and I think that's probably down to the fact that the whole office was behind Amelia in terms of winning this award. So yeah, testament to Amelia.
Amazing, thank you. And so, Amelia, what's it been like after the awards? Obviously, it was a bit of a whirlwind, wasn't it? It was in September, come back in October, and then obviously October's on the run to the Christmas period.
Yeah.
So we're now in February. How has it been since the awards?
Yeah, well, it's been really busy. It was really nice, actually, you know, once the word got out within the firm, I had messages from, like, you know, people from all over the business, even internationally. Some of the network of contacts that I have in the other offices in Europe, just saying, you know, congratulations, and it was well deserved. And I thought, well, that's really nice again that people have taken their time to say well done. And I've obviously got my little award on my signature in my emails now, and feel the pressure every time I send an email not to get anything wrong because I don't want anyone to balk at PA of the year spelling something wrong. But but yeah, no, it's been really nice, and I've had loads of support from the office. So
Oh, that's amazing. I think Leslie, you know, for you, after seeing all the excitement on the lead up to the awards and where we are now, kind of how do you feel the support was from the region? Because I know obviously you're part of the East Midlands Chamber, you've worked with them for many years. They do huge events across the region. But I think we are starting to feel that momentum building now, aren't we? For specifically for the PA Awards.
We are indeed, and it was great to be there on the night, obviously, with some colleagues from the Chamber as well. You know, the Chamber runs its own business awards in each of the 3 counties, and we're winding up to doing that again this year. We have Enterprising Women Awards, we have Generation Next Awards. There's quite a lot of awards things that we do within the Chamber, but to have some Chamber colleagues there to see how we can also support the business support professionals and the EAs and the PAs within our region was amazing, because we did it slightly differently, you know, and they saw something different. You know, as Mark says, nothing to degrade from any of the other awards, but that community feel within the room on the evening, where nominees from other categories and from the same categories were supporting and celebrating with the winners and all the other nominees, was amazing. And it's something that we do want to be able to build on, and hope that our winners from last year will become our ambassadors for this year and onwards, and hopefully build our community even more. It's really important.
100%. So before we wrap up, Mark, if while the nominations are open, if there was any advice that you could give to any of the executives out there that might be thinking about making nomination, we tend to find that people will go with every really good intention to make a nomination, and then obviously the diary, work commitments, life gets in the way, and it's difficult. What would your advice be to any executives that are thinking about making a nomination?
I definitely encourage it. I mean, for me, it's an essential part of the job in making sure that we enable our people to thrive. And actually, one way of doing that is to nominate people for awards, because whilst it's a fairly straightforward thing to do, people do really, really appreciate it, and people value it. And it's their big night, and I think it's something that executives should support, because as I've said before, you know, a lot of the business support people we put forward for these awards are the glue that holds us together sometimes on a day-to-day basis. So it's great to see those people finally stepping out into the limelight, if you like. So yeah, no, I would encourage people wholeheartedly to make nominations.
Well, thank you, man. I think you know, there will be people out there that will be like, I absolutely don't want to do this, and I absolutely don't want to go ahead with it. Oh my God, I couldn't think of anything worse. And that's absolutely fine. No, you know, they don't want any of that kind of attention. If that's fine, if that's you, and that's fine. But the nomination, to still receive it from the executive, even if you decide to not go through the process, is still something that's really uplifting and something that you can keep, you know, as part of your career journey, which is amazing. And I think, Amelia, from your point of view, if you were, you know, talking to anybody that's being nominated, what would you share with them about kind of your journey?
I would just say, even if it is like me, out of your comfort zone, really just, you know, roll with it, run with it, appreciate being appreciated, and you step out of your comfort zone. I've learned so much doing these interviews. Obviously, it's built more, you know, for me, my skill set. You know, I can now feel a bit more comfortable speaking about my achievements, I guess. And yeah, I would say go for it, because you'll get something out of it.
And a huge congratulations, because look what you're doing today,
I know.
which is brilliant.
Who
So
is she?
No, but this is part and parcel of what we do. We want to try and give these opportunities to members and the business support community, which really helps to try and build their confidence and that real sense of community. Leslie, anything you would like to add before we wrap up today?
Apart from apologising for the dog barking in the background, I just want to say thank you so much to Amelia and to Mark for taking the time out to talk to our community today, because it really is going to help us get that message across. But the last word has to go to you, Dan, for making all of this possible. So
Yeah, just to say thank you so much. No, really appreciated. We've got loads of work to do in the region. We're really excited. But if you do know anyone that is an East Midlands based company where they have an executive or business support community, please tell them about the PA Forum and the East Midlands PA Awards, because we'd really love to be part of this journey with you. And Amelia, we can't wait to see what happens next and where you might be soon, where you might be in the future. So, and Mark, thank you so much. We really hope to see you both again soon. Thanks for joining
Thank
us,
you.
everyone. Thank
Thanks so
you.
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for having us.